In the heart of London, amidst the busy streets and the crisp autumn air, two lives were about to change forever. Zara, a young woman who had moved to London from a small town, was full of dreams but also nervousness. She wandered through the cobbled streets of Covent Garden, feeling lost in the hustle and bustle of the city. On the other side of town, Alex, a charming young man with a mysterious past, was heading to his favorite cafe for his morning coffee. A writer, a dreamer, and a believer in the power of love, Alex had spent several years in London, writing stories and searching for inspiration. Yet, his life felt incomplete without the kind of love he had always dreamed of. Their paths crossed unexpectedly when Zara, lost in thought, bumped into Alex, spilling his coffee. For a brief moment, both were stunned. Zara quickly apologized, but Alex, smiling, reassured her. "Alex, no problem. Looks like you owe me a coffee now." Zara, still a little flustered, smiled nervously. "Zara, I promise I'll make it up to you." They walked together to the cafe, and what began as an awkward encounter soon turned into a conversation that felt as if they had known each other for years. There was an instant connection, a spark neither could ignore. Chapter 2: The beginning of something beautiful. Over the next few weeks, Zara and Alex began meeting regularly. Their coffee dates turned into long walks along the River Thames, where they shared their dreams, fears, and everything in between. Zara talked about her love for art, while Alex spoke of his passion for writing. As they got to know each other better, they both found themselves drawn to one another in a way they hadn't expected. One evening, as they stood atop the London Eye, gazing at the city lights below, Alex turned to Zara with a look in his eyes that spoke of something deeper. "Alex, I think I've been waiting for you my whole life." Zara's heart skipped a beat, but in that moment, she felt like everything was exactly where it was meant to be. His gaze, the way he looked at her, made her feel like the most important person in the world. One rainy evening, as London was covered in a misty fog, Zara and Alex found themselves taking shelter under a bridge near the Thames. The sound of the rain and the twinkling lights of the city created a romantic atmosphere, and they were both drawn closer to one another. Zara could feel Alex's breath on her skin, and her heart raced. She had never felt such a connection before. Then, as if an invisible force pulled them together, Alex leaned in and kissed her. It was a soft, lingering kiss, one that made time seem to stop. It was a kiss that made Zara realize that love could be more than just a feeling, it could be a story worth living. But, like all love stories, theirs was not without its challenges. Zara received an opportunity for a major art exhibition in Paris, while Alex had the chance to publish his first novel. These were dreams they had both worked so hard for, but they meant being apart for months. "Zara, Alex, I don't want to leave you, but this is something I've worked so hard for." "Alex, I know, Zara. I don't want to lose you either, but you have to follow your dreams." It was the hardest decision of their lives. They said goodbye at the airport, holding each other tightly, promising to stay in touch. But deep down, they both feared that the distance might change their love. Broken hearts. Months passed, and the distance between them grew. Zara immersed herself in her art in Paris, while Alex focused on his writing. Slowly, the calls and messages became fewer, and the love that had once been so strong began to feel like a distant memory. One day, Zara received a message from Alex. "Alex, message, I think it's time for us to let go." Her heart shattered, but she couldn't find the words to reply. She closed her eyes and remembered the old days when they would walk hand in hand through the streets of London, laughing and talking for hours. A reunion. Years later, Zara and Alex had both found success in their respective fields. But neither had ever truly moved on. Zara returned to London for an art exhibition, and as she walked past the cafe where they had first met, she paused. There he was, sitting there, writing in his journal. Her heart raced as she saw him. He looked up, and their eyes met. "Zara, Alex." For a moment, there was silence. And then, just like that, it was as if all the years apart had vanished. Without saying a word, Alex stood up and pulled Zara into a warm embrace. It was a kiss that was filled with all the passion and love that had never really faded. "Alex, I've never stopped loving you." "Zara, I never did either." A love that lasts forever. This time, there were no goodbyes. Zara and Alex, now both successful and whole, were finally back together. They walked hand in hand along the Thames, knowing that their love story was far from over. They had learned that love, like art, takes time to grow. But once it's there, it's unbreakable. And every time they passed the London Eye, they smiled, remembering the night they first realized that their love had no end. If you enjoyed this beautiful love story, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay updated with more heartwarming tales. Your support means the world to us. Sparkling Heart Sparkles.